All right, if you need 5G cellular internet for an RV, camper, travel, over the road truck, or even for your home, and you need the ability to go to different carriers, this is a really good option for you. Now, this is Nate, and this is the Tater channel. I cover lots of different topics, technology, tools, in the outdoors, but especially a lot of 5G home internet, Wi-Fi, that kind of stuff. Now, most of my content is around the big three carriers. We have T-Mobile here, we have Verizon, I have AT&T. I have all of their 5G home services, and they have really revolutionized the way I get internet at my house. I do not have cable or fiber options for me. Now, one of the big asterisks on all of these home plans is that they do not allow you to, according to the terms of service, to travel with the gateways. You have to stay at your stationary address, and only some people are actually able to get the service, even if they have great 5G connection to T-Mobile, for example. T-Mobile might not give them the option to sign up for their 5G home unlimited plan. This fixes that problem. So this is Connecten, and they offer a nationwide, in fact I think it goes in Canada and other places as well, but unlimited, both 4G and 5G plans. I'm going to talk about them. They obviously are a little bit more expensive than the straight up ISP for a stationary setup, but it has some really cool features. That's what I want to show you. Now, this is their indoor unit. This is their indoor 5G unit. I also have their outdoor Fortress 5G unit. This thing is an absolute beast here. And so we'll get into a little bit more details of that. But first, I want to show you what their plans are and why you might want to sign up for it. What are the pros and cons versus one of these other plans that are out there. Now, Connecten did send me these devices for my testing here, but they're not paying me any money directly for them. And in fact, I get a discount code for you guys that you can save 35 bucks off if you sign up through my referral link. Check out the video description down below to get that link. Okay, so I'm just on their website, connecteninternet.com, and you can see here on their main page, they say get internet that works anywhere for any lifestyle, and this is 95% of the US and Canada is covered with their service here. But what I really like about them is the ability to switch carriers on the fly. So you can switch between AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and by default the router automatically picks the best one for you. But I've been really impressed with the ability to change that. So I reached out to the service on their website right here, actually in the bottom right, the chat with us. I reached out to them just as a regular customer and said, hey, I'm on Verizon right now. I would love to switch it to T-Mobile because I think T-Mobile gives faster speed here at my house. And literally within 2 minutes of chatting, I got a human right away, and I was able to switch to T-Mobile, and my speeds went way faster. So that's what's really cool about this service, and that's what I would say is the big differentiator, is the ability to switch the carriers, and the other one is the ability to roam anywhere in the U.S. Without worry about, are you allowed to travel with it or whatnot. All right, so on their homepage, I like their frequently asked questions the best to give a little summary, because this is also a lot of the questions I've had when I first looked into it. And the one thing is that there are no long-term contracts. It is a monthly setup. Now you are renting the routers from them, so you're paying for it up front. Honestly, that makes sense from their standpoint. I know T-Mobile and Verizon just give out tons of these gateways and replace them all the time. They are not doing that. They're making you pay for it up front, and then you have to return it when you cancel the service. But their lowest cost plan here is $69 a month, but that's not an unlimited plan. It's a 4G plan with 100 gigabytes of data per month. And so that is a good option if you're not using it a lot, for sure. The Journey plan bumps you up to 350 gigs of data a month. And then once you go to the Adventure plan at $99 a month, that's unlimited data, but that one is not priority access. So if you're in an area with congestion, you're going to slow down more than other ones. So if you want a priority data access plan, all unlimited, then the Wanderlust plan is what you want for $120 a month. And if I compare that to something like the T-Mobile Away plan at $160 a month, this one is certainly a better value. And remember that this would allow you to switch between different carriers. So if you're in an area that T-Mobile does not get good signal, you can switch to AT&T or Verizon on the spot. So it's a really great service from that standpoint. All right, so here on the product page, now this is where you pick two things. One is your plan, and the other one is your device. So the monthly plan obviously is tied to what type of data you're getting. Are you getting unlimited data? Are you getting 5G data? So I picked their top tier one. That's $120 a month, and so that's going to be the set price every month. But then the device you pick is going to determine your rental fee, if you want to call it that, where you do have to pay upfront for it. So if I pick the 5G Cat 20, that's this device here. You can see here you get 4 LAN ports, a WAN port, a USB port. I'm not sure if the USB port really you can utilize that or not. And then you have the power ports. So all your ports are on the front, as well as your LED lights for the status. And then you can see here it's got lots of antennas. It's got 8 antennas. And now I think 6 of these are actually for the 4G, 5G, and then 2 of them are for the Wi-Fi connectivity. So this provides you Wi-Fi. So you could get away with just this one device, and that would allow your devices to connect to this either through LAN or through Wi-Fi. If you go to the Fortress Outdoor Router, that's this big guy. And so this one also has 8 antennas, and you have both 4G, 5G, as well as Wi-Fi antennas. But coming out of it is a single Ethernet port, and I give you a Ethernet cable and PoE injector, so power over Ethernet injector. But you would want to plug this into perhaps another switch or router if you wanted to have lots of LAN ports. If you want to connect to Wi-Fi, you could connect directly to this Wi-Fi one, but obviously you want to be within range of this device. So this is a obviously very robust outdoor unit, and there's different use cases for this one than that one here. So you'll have to decide which one you want for your setup. All right, so if I add their top tier 5G priority data plan, the Wanderlust plan, that's the $120 a month every 30 days. There's a $99 activation fee. Again, I think with my coupon code Tater, you get $35 off of that fee, and then you have the device rental fee, which is a one-time $199 to cover it. And again, you do have to send this device back when you cancel their service. So that's what you would get from a pricing standpoint to sign up for this from the get-go. Okay, as far as speeds, I did do some quick testing with this indoor unit on their Wanderlust plan, so that's their 5G top plan. And if I compared it to Verizon when it was on Verizon, it got about 35 megabits per second down with the Connecten, but I was getting like 35 to 46 megabits per second upload, and that compares to my Verizon Home G 5G home plan, where I'll get a couple hundred, like 200, 250 megabits per second down with where this was at, but I'd be capped out at 20 megabits per second upload at top. So on this case with my setup, this was significantly slower for download on Verizon in the same spot, but it was actually like twice as fast for the upload. So that's kind of interesting with how that worked. I didn't dive all into which bands I was connected to or whatnot there. But I contacted them and I said, hey, can we switch it to T-Mobile? And when we switched to T-Mobile, I was getting about 212, 240 megabits per second down on the Connecten device, and then I was something like I think 7 or 8 megabits per second upload for T-Mobile. When I used the G4AR T-Mobile White gateway with the stock internal antennas, not using any external antennas, then I was getting about 350 down, and I was getting about I think 12 up. So the T-Mobile was a little bit faster on the 5G T-Mobile plan and unit that I have there than this one, but this was pretty good. I mean, honestly, 220 is plenty of speed for what I need. And then I went to AT&T to test out. Now I also have the AT&T 5G egg gateway that they provide, and for the AT&T egg, I was getting about 60 megabits per second down at that time and 12 up. When I used AT&T on the Connecten device, I was getting about 50 down and 9 up. So very similar on AT&T performance. I was a little bit slower on T-Mobile with this one, and then Verizon was my biggest difference, where I was a quarter of the speed on download on the Connecten plan versus the actual Verizon plan, but my upload speeds were actually faster. So all that testing, it was really cool to be able to be in the same spot and test all these at the exact same time. I know that those speeds are kind of going to fluctuate and vary, and that's what I think is really cool about the Connecten plan, is that literally if one of my services is being slow some days, which it happens every once in a while, I'll get T-Mobile just slow down to a crawl for some reason. With this one, literally a couple minutes, I can contact their service on chat and flip it to another carrier and keep chugging away. So I think this does offer actually some enticing features. You're paying more than a big carrier 5G home plan, but you're freed up from location, you're freed up from a specific carrier, and so I think this is something you should look into if you need that flexibility. So if you have any questions or you want me to do specific testing, certainly put a comment down below. I do read those comments. I do try to respond to them. And then, of course, I'm going to test this guy outdoors. Right now it's actually sleeting and snow, so I don't feel very excited to go climb outside and hook this up. But I will get to that, and I will do some more testing here to give you an idea of the type of speed performance that I can expect between these two devices on the exact same plan. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you next time. Now, if you made it to the end of the video and you still haven't hit that like button, please consider hitting that right down below on YouTube, and then also consider subscribing to my channel so you get more content like this. Thank you.